have something really special for you. And before I transfer the screen to Wayne, give us a shout out here.
Yep. Hi, everyone. Wait till you see what we've done. Whoa.
And it looks like Wayne's in a classroom. So he's kind of upgraded his green screen technique to give us a really good classroom teaching today. So I'm very, very excited about it. We were doing something inside of our PBM. We thought, man, this would be great if we could add it to RSSMasher. And it's the ability to create original articles that are unique every time you post one, that have an image, have a video, and they're well written. They're above an ESL language copywriter. So we're using them for part of our PBN network. So what we've done is we basically brought it into RSSMasher. And really all you need is your integration and a list of keywords. And then the keywords will generate your pages. I mean, it's just absolutely brilliant what Wayne has done, and I'm very, very excited about it. So I'm going to turn the screen over to Wayne, and he's going to show you what we've done, how you can get involved with it, and every license level can get involved here, and how you can start building original content without an RSS feed or without a Google Sheet or anything like that. We've just made it super simple. So Wayne, are you ready to go?
I am indeed. Hi guys, as you can see, I'm on the FAQ. And for those of you that have noticed that line there, we have integrated Article Forge into RSSMasher. And what this allows you to do is to set up campaigns with your keywords. And just like Damon said, it will generate the articles for you. There's a lot of things that it does in the background, because I noticed that when we get an article back from them, it's not really quite how we want it. So obviously we've done some magical tampering with it as it comes back, so that we can then feed it into the mash and just it'll go through the motions just like everything else. So what you need to do is, and this menu will appear for you after this call. Right at the bottom now, we've got Article Forge API, and I'll click it so that you can see. And obviously there's part of our key, but you will click that one and it will open it all up for you. And you get your Article Forge API by clicking up here. It will take you straight to Article Forge. If you haven't got an account, just click on there and it will take you over, and you'll be able to set one up. If you've got one already, get your API key and enter it into this box. And then you can set up some defaults. Do you want the title on, which I recommend you do, because you'll be wanting a title back. But if you didn't, you can turn that off. And then the length, you've got very short, medium, and long. And it's kind of like 1,000 words, 700 words, 500 words. And I think the very short's about 250, something like that. I'm going to set my default now to medium. Do you want to include an image? Well, I'd recommend you do. And do you even want a video? Yes, let's have everything. And we'll click update. And then you can check usage button there. And if you get that nice bit of JSON back, it says success, API requests, etc., and all the bits and pieces. So we'll know that RSSMasher is integrated perfectly. And that's all you have to do with Article Forge to get that connection working. So how do we use it? Well, in external content, we've now got a new menu, and it's called Article Forge Campaign. And in here, you can set up a campaign, which basically is like grouping things together. And you can see I've done one about cricket. And I've requested 4 articles. And you can see that 4 articles have been generated, and it's no longer active. So if I wanted to do another campaign, I would click Add. And we'd do let's say, for example, you've got a gaming website, gaming tech, for example. And then that would be the name of the campaign. And then you decide, because what we've done is when the article comes back, It's got some image styling on it, which, to be honest, interferes with the look and feel of it. So that we basically, you can leave it in as it is if you wish, but we've automated the stripping out of that so that it works properly and it can be posted to your website and go through the mash, etc. So we've now got remove article forge image styling, because it comes back with sometimes a line left. It's got widths, and we can just clean that up and get rid of that for you. So tick that box to do that. Now, what also happens is when it comes down is it generates a title for you. So we take that title and we store it away in the database, but it also puts it in the content, which is okay. But when it gets posted to the site, we've got the title, because we need the title separate so that we can spin it in the scheduler if that's what you want to do. But it can duplicate it, so it ends up, because it's in the content, you end up getting it twice in your article, because we've got the title and it's in the content, so we don't want that. So we've got a tick box. You just tick it, and then every time one comes down, it will remove the title from the article. And then sometimes the image is like anywhere really, and there's lots of like extra bits that come in, like they spin the title whether you want it above or below the title or whatever. So we clean all that up for you. You haven't got to worry about any of that. But it's nice if you tick that box as well, then we'll always put the image at the top, and then we can use it as a featured image, and it can go through the motions and everything will be fantastic. So we've included these as tick boxes, but I would recommend that you switch all three of them on. And then you just click update. And then that's the campaign setup. And then down here is what you tell it what you want. So you can enter a keyword and some sub keywords. So you have a primary keyword. So if I was looking for latest games for, well, for those of you that have got, we've talked about a tool, keywords everywhere. If you've got that, you can actually like put the search term into Google, and then what keywords everywhere will do is it attaches itself to your results, and they'll pop up here when it's finally worked it all out, and it will give us some extra keywords that we can look at and see how good they are, what the search terms are. But you can see there's lots of results coming up. So this bit is telling us about the SEO difficulty, etc. But just underneath, it says people also search for and related keywords. And you can see we've got volume per month searched. So new Xbox, that's a great one. Look, best Xbox One game, 74,000. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to use that as a sub keyword. And all you do is you can put up to 5 keywords in here. It tells you exactly underneath, and all you have to do is comma separate them. Xbox Series S games, that's another good one. Let's have that as well.
And while Wayne's doing that, let me tell you, we've done a lot of experimenting with Article Forge, with using keywords and without using keywords. When you sub keywords. So when you use good sub keywords, your article really comes out pretty decent. Now, it's not going to be like a professional copywriter you're paying hundreds of dollars for, but when it's automated and it gets posted automatically and it looks and reads pretty well, that's the quality that you're trying to achieve for your blog to do an autoblog or any type of quality content. So highly recommend you use sub keywords. We're going to show you 2 different ways that we find sub keywords, or how we're using our sub keywords in here. So what Wayne's doing is he's going to keywords everywhere and just grabbing them to build one article at a time. Okay. So yep. Go ahead, Wayne.
Okay. So you can see now I've pasted the sub keywords in, and the tick boxes that we set up in the integration get copied over so that they are always the default. So if you wanted to turn any of them off at this point, you could for this particular one, but the defaults have copied over. So all we need to do is click update, and it will bring that down the bottom. And this is now an article set for the system to basically go away and generate, talk to Article Forge, get the information back, etc., etc. Now you can add another one and another one and another one. And the benefit of the way we've built this is if you are using it yourself with Article Forge, you have to wait before you can put another one in. You have to wait for it to generate and for it to finish generating, and then you can then send another one. So we've taken that and automated it for you. So you could sit here and put in multiple keywords and build a list of, say, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20, however many you need. And then the system will basically get them for you, check them, get them back, manipulate them ready, and then it will send the next one. So you haven't basically got to sit there for 3 minutes at a time waiting for them to be finished. The system will do it for you. So it's kind of like when you plug an RSS feed into a MASH, when someone creates a new article, it comes into the feed, and basically when a new article comes into this, it will appear into the MASH. The other way is if you have got a list of them that you've generated, you can upload it as a CSV. So you click upload CSV and you browse to it, and all the CSV needs to be is keyword, comma, keyword, comma, keyword, comma, keyword, up to 6. It assumes the first one is the primary and anyone after is the sub keywords. And that's all you need to do. You can browse, upload, and then just fill them all in one go. If you've got a title on the top saying keywords, you can just tick that box and it will ignore line 1. And if you haven't, just leave that unchecked. So you can upload CSV or you can enter them manually like I did. Now the thing, when you're ready, you can click finish, and then you need to make it active. So you can see there we've got articles requested 1, articles generated none. So I'm going to make it active. So the system knows now that there's a Article Forge campaign ready, and it will look to see if there's any that haven't been sent to your Article Forge account, and it will send it and pass all the information across. And when it does that, it gets back a key, and then we have to effectively wait for the Article Forge to build that article. So effectively now you don't have to do anything there. You can just carry on and build a MASH and wait for it to happen. But behind the scenes, that's what's happening. So if we click edit while it's active and look down, you'll see that the system's already noticed and it's already sent it off to Article Forge, and it's already got a reference key back. So we know now that that's in process. Now, it takes up to 3 minutes before the article's ready. So the system will it knows when to go and check. And then when we've got a title here, it's built the article. And you can even preview it and have a look when it's done it. And these campaign settings up here will take place as the article comes in. We will do our clever manipulation of, removing the style and making it nice and tidy and ready. So while we're waiting for this article, we can actually go and build a MASH, and I'll show you how we can use the new Article Forge. So I'm going to click add. And this title will be Gaming Tech MASH. And I don't need to strip out hyperlinks because there won't be any, because we're generating the article ourselves, because I'm not going to add anything else into this MASH. If you are going to put a mixture of things in, then obviously you do what you normally do. But I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need any of that. I can basically just put it in a group So I will put this in. Let's have a look. I've got trending in the news, which is got a gaming section, and I'm going to click update. Now, usually we'll go into a website and pull a feed, but you'll notice we've got a new tab called Article Forge, because it knows now that you've integrated Article Forge. So we go across to the new tab, and we're now allowed to pull the Article Forge campaigns. Now you can see that it's only letting me pull cricket. Now, that's because we haven't generated at least one article in that new campaign. And the reason we've done that is because when you get to preview, you won't be able to see anything. You won't be able to see how it looks, or you won't be able to, you know, put any of the other tabs in. So when we've got at least one article, we can select it and carry on building the mash. But you can add multiple Article Forge campaigns if you wish, and you can stack them together. Whether you'd want to do that, you know, you might want to group things that are similar in subject and then post them to the same website. That's your call. But that will have generated soon. So let's go back to and have a look. So I'll open that mash in a new tab so that we can go backwards and forwards. Now, the beauty of doing it this way is obviously then we can then do image replace if you wish. You can even do keyword filters, but you wouldn't probably want to do that, but you could. And then obviously money hooks, you'll be able to drop in ads, anything like that. Citation you don't need because this is your article and it's unique. Anchor text, we can look for things like Xbox and point them off to an affiliate offer. Anything like that. And advanced, you're not going to need anything really, are you? Because it's like the article is ready. But you could, if you particularly wanted to do something, you can, because all because it's in the mash and the same as like a RSS feed and a YouTube feed, all the rest of the tools still work, and then we can get to build and click on build.
Now, Wayne, we can spin this if we got an Word AI integration, correct?
Yes, we can. Well, if you feel the need, obviously, because they are unique, but we have built it in so that.
And in some cases, guys, the Word AI actually improves the readability of the article. If you got both of them integrated. Now, Article Forge and Word AI, they're owned by the same company. What's interesting though is when you send an Article Forge with an image in the article over to Word AI Direct, it loses that image. So it also loses some of the formatting. So since we use Word AI in our HTML editors, and we spin content, we have a lot of protection levels in here that you can spin it if you want. And we've got some articles on how to spin it, or we got some training on how to spin articles using the protect mode in the advanced tab. So just keep that in mind, is that you can spin it, but you don't necessarily need to, because it is an original article from Article Forge. While you're doing that and while we're waiting, let me take over the screen share, because I want to
show based on some of the things we've done over the weekend.
Just to kind of give you an idea of original article, original content, I'm going to share my screen here with you. Wayne built Out for a Duck. Now, if you're in the UK, you probably know what that term is. Here, I thought it was, you're going duck hunting, and Wayne had to kind of help me with that term. So anyway, we got two different sources coming into this one Masher news board. We have Cricket News and we have Tips and Tricks. Cricket News is from an RSS feed that Wayne has run through Word AI and spun to be original content. Okay. tips and tricks are created strictly with Article Forge. So what I wanted to do was I took an article. I think I went to Cricket News. Yeah, I took the very first article and I just copied it. So I just copied it all the way down to right here and put it into Copyscape. You saw it there. And then I hit premium search. This is an RSS feed that we've completely made into a Word AI spun article, and it's the only one that exists. See, out for a duck, okay? So we passed Copyscape. Now, we also went over here just to show you the difference is tips and tricks, and I think I pulled, yeah, if you're wondering how to become a fast bowler, the game of cricket. So I took this entire article, I copied it, and this is from Article Forge. So we got a really good image. If you'll notice, it doesn't have any weird stuff around it, or it's not embedded in the content. And then we have a good video, how to bowl fast, okay? All from Article Forge. Copied it over, put it in Copyscape. Now, we haven't done any Word AI with this at all, okay? Pasted it in here and hit premium search. One time. That's perfect. So some people have asked in the past, well, what does, if you take an RSS feed and you don't spin it, okay, this is hell of a read. This is Google News approved. Go ahead. So it's in Google News. I think we even have AdSense on it. And this is a site that we're monetizing. This is one of our sites that are not just demo sites. It is one of our real monetized autoblogs. Okay, so I copied all this. Boris Johnson chaired an emergency cover meeting, went all the way down to the bottom, stopped right there. In fact, we have MGID on here. Okay, then I pasted it into Copyscape. Foreign Secretary Liz Truss will lead a cover meeting. Okay, make sure that's the same one. And come over here to Copyscape, check that out, post that in, and we're going to do a premium search. Okay, so this one article is in 26 different websites. This is what happens when you don't spin an article. You're sharing this article with 26 other websites. And sometimes it's a lot more depending on what type of article it is. Some of these are not the exact copy, but it's coming up that this is not an original article. So that's what you should gain kind of from this. This is unspun from an RSS feed. And then over here, this is strictly from Article Forge, and this is a RSS feed that's spun. Both of them pass Copyscape. So that's kind of what we wanted to point out. The reason for using Article Forge over an RSS feed is, one, you can get original content, but this actually reads fairly decent. There's a video with it, an image with it. So you don't have to do the research to do all this. It's all built in inside of Article Forge, and we've built the integration now. You can either do one at a time, and once you build the campaign and it's already used it through RSSMasher, and you go back, you can add another one in that same campaign, and it will cycle through the RSSMasher and get posted automatically for you. So you can just keep on adding one at a time if you want, or you can add by the CSV method. Wayne, is it ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to pass it back to you.
Okay. So if I go back to here where we did the campaign, you can see now that it says articles requested 1, articles generated 1. So we can go in there and have a look. And you'll see now that we've got a title. We can actually preview it at this point. So we can have a look, see what it generated. You can see there's the image. It's perfect. The image is really, and because we've taken all the styling off, it basically fits whatever it's going to go into. So when it goes into a website of any size, it's going to work. And then we've got Xbox has a rich library of games, and the console's Game Pass is the best way to discover the latest releases. So that reads okay, and it's even put a video in, new games, updates, and events. And it's actually a Microsoft Xbox video, which is brilliant.
Yeah, if you notice the date, it's February 11th, 2022. So very current information as far as the images and the videos.
So I'll close that preview and I'll go back to my MASH. So now if we drop down, we can see we've got gaming tech, and all you do is you click add article forge campaign to MASH. So it's a bit similar to when you add a feed. And there it is. Number of articles we've kept in, so that, you know, if you've got, obviously as they come in, they'll be coming in one at a time, but they'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you basically set it to build, if article forge has generated like 10 by the time you've set it to go live, it will only pick up 5 the first time. And that's also good for when you're testing, so you don't see too many in one go. Now the magic button is here. We can spin, and if you tick that button, it will actually spin it as well. But obviously you'll have to go into the advanced and protect the images, and we've spoke about that before. There's plenty of videos on how we do that. But I'm going to leave it unticked because I'm quite happy now. Sorry, go on.
Guys, if you check that box, you need to have Word AI integrated. We don't spin it automatically. You got to have your own Word AI integration.
Correct. I can go straight to build, click build, just like, you know, how we do everything else. And it will go and look at that campaign, and it will see what articles we've got, and it will bring them in. And obviously, if you've got keyword filters or money hooks and everything else, it will basically do it for you. Incidentally, we've thought about it. If you go to money hooks and you actually put citation in here, because you may have let's say you've mixed an RSS feed and an article forge together. It's clever enough to know that the citation will be blank if it's an article forge, and it will still work if it's an RSS feed, because there is no citation for article forge. You know, it didn't come from a feed, it's got no date, etc. And also what RSSMasher does is it builds a description for you. It takes the first 150 characters and it chops them at a word, doesn't chop them halfway through a word. So it takes a little bit of the content and creates a description. And the reason we do that is that if you then want to post it to Blogger and you only want to send title and description, then we've got that ready for you to go in. So there's the image, there's the article, and there's the video. So you do finish and activate, and then the system will take over. There's the new one. The build system will look at that. It will generate the article that we've seen, and it'll put it in the database ready to be scheduled over. So I'll just complete the scheduling of this one. I will create a new schedule. Gaming tech, and I'll put AF for article forge. And the group I put it in was trending in the news. Gaming tech. And I'll just click that to fill these in quickly, and I'll change that to 4 a day. Quite happy with that. That can be disabled because this particular, it's got no article date anyway, so it won't apply. And I'll click update. In fact, I'll make sure that the schedule is in the right group. There we go. Click update. And then I'm going to add it to the website. So it's a Masher site. It's trending in the news. And trending in the news has got a gaming category. Quite happy with the default author. Use first image as a featured image, yes. Upload all images, yes. Exclude first image from post, no, because on a Masher site, we don't show the two together like on WordPress, so that if you want to see the image inside the actual post, when you click on it, leave it unticked. We can still create tags with Rightly, and I'll create 2. And you can spin the title again if you wish. I'm going to leave the title that it gave me. I'm not going to use link processor, but I will silo the category. I won't use banner bear for now, and I'll just click update. So there you can see now that that article that we just picked some keywords from Keywords Everywhere to create is now going to whiz its way through and go into the Masher site. So while I'm here, let's boost it. So we've got booster pages, we've got gaming, and Xbox is perfect. How about that? Masher site post link, remember, because we want to send the booster page link back to this website. So we click there and we click update. So there we go. We've created an article. It's going into the Masher site, and we've also boosted it with booster pages. I'm going to make it active, and I'm going to click update and click finish. So it's all done, dusted, ready, and then as the system starts to pick up all the information, it will post it across to the website. And if it hasn't done it by the end of the call, you'll be able to go to trending in the newsletter and you'll be able to see it.